Hey, it's Eric here at Peachtree Classic Cars with a 1953 Chevrolet 5-window pickup truck, and it's being a little cold natured, so I'm letting her run. And normally I'd drive first, but I'm going to take her for a drive at the end of the video instead. Go ahead and do the inspection now. Cold and rainy here in Georgia. Truck has a great running V8, little bit of a performance build on it. I wanted to get a Edelbrock, matching Edelbrock air cleaner. They're not very expensive, maybe about $100, and finish off the engine detail. High-rise intake, poly double pumper carbs, inner fender well, firewall and everything under here rust free. I'm actually going to go ahead and shut her off so we can hear a little bit better. Just want to make sure she was warmed up. So actually, overall, the body on this truck is pretty straight, and the guy that built this, he was building this one. I've got a 1954 and this 1953. They both were built by the same guys. They put Camaro clips underneath them. They've got power disc brakes. This one's got power disc brakes, power steering. And what they started doing was scuffing it down. They were going to do a patina, you know, with a clear coat on it, and then just never got to finish the job. But you can see nice straight fender here, nice straight door. Step sides are in good shape. A little bit of crusties here, but not too bad. Sides of the bed are in great shape, and this fender as well, all smooth. I'm trying to say, don't let the patina of the paint fool you. Get a little bit of surface rust here and there. I would continue on with the patina if this was my truck. Sides of the bed are pretty nice and clean. This side's a little cleaner than that side was. Same thing. This fender is straight. Cabs are straight. Cab corners have been replaced with new metal. Shut that door all the way. Bottoms of the doors appear to be in good shape as well. Sides of the doors straight. This fender also. I mean, so really straight body. And I'm taking extra special care to say that, just because I think sometimes a patina like this will throw somebody, especially since like the top and a lot of places, the sides, they cleared most of the hood, but they didn't clear the whole hood. They cleared the door, but they didn't clear other spots. And who knows why guys do stuff like that, but it happens. So steel bed in here actually looks pretty good. If it was me, I'd probably untack it and throw some wood in there. I like wood better, but the glass on the 5-window, the rear windows, is really good, in good shape, and actually the weather stripping doesn't look too old, which is nice. All the cab looks like it's in good shape. Windows roll up and down pretty easy. Glass on this window is cracked here. And oftentimes that happens when the windows are being installed. People they're not easy to install. They're not awful difficult, but sometimes they're not easy for an amateur, and they end up getting cracked. So anyways, this another window handle here put in as a door crank. Really some new door panels would match these seats. I think these are like Ford F-150, late model F-150 seats, or Mustang bucket seats or something like that. Got a nice leather, and they're clean and they're new. Uncut dash, which is nice, at least from the radio over. I don't see any cuts. And then here, somebody put some newer Equus gauges in. I think that the temperature gauge and the oil pressure gauge are working. I'm not sure about the fuel. In fact, I just ran out of gas on the drive down here and had to have my daughter bring me gas. Original glass in the windshields, a little faded on the edges. Newer headliner actually looks pretty good. And the carpet in here looks pretty good. One thing that I'm not crazy about is the way they threw the, it'd be pretty easy to fix, but the way they put that, you can see how far the brake pedal is, which is where it's supposed to be, but the gas pedal is pretty far over to the right. I'd probably unbolt that and move it over. It wouldn't be too hard. And then it's got this little shifter down here. I'd spend $69 at Summit Racing and buy a little bit cooler shifter. Not a B&M one, but like the old school style that when you first peek in a truck, they look like it looks like a manual transmission shifter, but it's actually an automatic transmission shifter. That's what I would do. The thing about this truck is how straight it is, how clean it is. I'm gonna say for the most part rust free it is. It's a very minimal rust truck. For the price, I was just actually on the phone with a guy talking about this very truck, saying if you threw just a couple more $1,000s at it, put about $1,100 in a set of wheels and tires for it. It's got these old Kragers on here. The tires look good, but they're just really, it's time for an update on the wheels. And then spend another maybe miscellaneous $1,000 to $1,500 on, you know, a couple $100s on paint, a couple $100s on interior parts with, you know, maybe a new carpet kit, door panels and stuff, some new door handles, and maybe put a nice wood grain steering wheel on there. Just a few things. So I'm calling this an easy project. This one and the 54 that I picked up, I'm calling them both an easy project because I think this would be really easy and really fun. It's a running, driving truck with power steering, power disc brakes. I think it'd be really easy and fun to take to, you know, take it to the level and personalize it. This is a pretty common area where you see rust here on the step sides. Not hard to clean up. But where it really matters is down here below. Inner cab corners got some rust. Outer cab corners brand new, been replaced with a factory replacement. The original floor pan here appears to be in good shape. Looks like it's been cut out and a new piece of steel has been put in the front. All the frame rails look solid. I don't see any rust. Another thing too, both of these trucks, this one as well, is the full Camaro clip has been put on. So they didn't cut it. A lot of guys cut these clips about right there. This one's not cut. It's the full piece. It goes all the way back underneath the cab. Personally, I really like when people do that. Somebody put the finned transmission pan on there, which is nice too. I know that the lights work. Not sure that it's got turn signals. There's your rear end, frame rails, everything under here. Looks like it was undercoated many years ago, and it's all still nice and clean. Step sides. I mean, this is such minimal rust. These spots that I'm pointing out, and like I said, for example, you know, it looks like there's a little bit of rust on this side of the cab corner. There's a hole right there. The other cab corner appears to have been replaced. Again, frame rails and floor pans on this side. That's the original battery box that's been removed. It looks good. Floor pan back here looks good. I'm going to turn the camera. I'm probably kind of have to turn it upside down to get that cab corner right there. Sorry. Sometimes I just do the best I can. It looks like it's got flow masters. And they're just out, you know, there's no pipes leading all the way out. Not long ago, looks like newer brake lines in the back and maybe some newer shocks too. Bottoms of the doors appear to be nice and clean. These are the original weep holes right here. And they look good. Maybe one little, you know, couple little spots of crusty right there. So very minimal rust on this truck. Doors open and close nicely. Again, like I said, putting in some, you know, door panels. I mean, this easy project is what I'm calling this. Super fun. So anyways, let's take it for a drive. I'm in such a habit of driving them first and then stopping. So we'll take it for a quick drive down here. You can hear the transmission shift and everything. A little bit of a squeal out of one of the belts, it sounds like. You have oil pressure here. I know it doesn't have a lot of fuel in it because I just put about 2 gallons in it. Voltage meter doesn't look like it's hooked up. I was hoping that the truck would warm up and that squeal would go away. Maybe time for a new belt. the speed, somebody's pushing a stroller and walking with their kids, so I gotta slow down. Chevy truck. The squeal finally went away. Probably need to tighten a belt or maybe even replace one, but not sure that the turn signals are hooked up or not. I know the lights are working, and just a really healthy unit. Good oil pressure, no smoke. Feature classic cars.